Welcome to your last budget launch. Like I said in the introduction video, this really is the last time you are going to have to start a budget. So I'm going to show you everything you need to know to get in here, find all the key components that you need, and find all the instruction videos to walk you through every step of the way. The first thing I'm going to show you is how to access all of the course materials and all of your budget spreadsheets in our course portal. So you simply go to budgetfastlane.com/enrollments, and it will probably be a login page for you if you are not already logged in. And once you put in your login information, you will see a page that basically looks like this. It's going to show you all of the courses that you are enrolled in. And you will see the zero debt budget system. It should look something just like this. And so you can say see overview, you can start course, either is fine. So when I say start course, it's going to jump us right into this course. Now I'm previewing all of this as an enrolled student, but yours should look very, very similar. You can find everything you need over on the side in the navigation. So in section 1, it's just the welcome video, the start here video. So if for some reason you haven't already seen that one, you can click there and watch it. You can watch it right here just by clicking play, or you can click watch on YouTube and it will launch in YouTube for you. Then when we jump to part 2 for the budget setup videos, you are watching budget setup video number 1. So when I'm done recording that one will go right here. And then you're able to watch all of the other ones in order. Now, I absolutely do recommend that you go through them step by step. You would watch, video 2 about the budget spreadsheet tabs and setting up your planning page in video 3. And you would do those steps as you're watching. You'd watch and then pause and then do the steps, then come back. And so you're going to work through these. And this is kind of like your initial setup. This isn't something that you're going to need to come back to over and over and over each month. It's more like a learning process your very first month. Each of these pages is simply a video, just like this. And so these how-tos are also videos, and those are not an absolute requirement to get off the ground and running with your very first budget, but you will probably need that information fairly soon. In the next section, you'll see that there are FAQ videos, and this is just what's here right now. There will be more that will be added over time. And these are common questions I get. So I'm creating videos as we go about anything, any situation that somebody runs into. So for example, the ones that are here right now that you can see, it says if you have a situation where you don't always earn the same amount of money, or you don't always get paid on the same day of the month, or something where you feel like something's a little bit off about the way you're paid or how you're paid or when you're paid, watch that video because it will give you tips and like an approach for how to do this based on the way you are paid. The next one deals with how to use cash in your budget. This one tells you what to do if you have more than 20 individual debts, because there are only 20 debt lines in the budget, but there is a process for what to do if you have more than 20. And then this one is what happens if your spending in a particular month is less than the goal or the target. So for example, let's say you set a target of $150 for your electric bill, but it was only $129. What do you do? A lot of times people will say, do I need to totally change my target and go back and whatever? The answer is no. And so that video will tell you what to do. If you get interest charges or fees assessed on like a credit card, so you're carrying debt and there's a certain APR and you have an interest charge each month that comes through, what do you do with that in your budget? This tells you what to do. If you use credit cards in your budget, you are going to watch this video. So this is if you're debt free and if you're using credit cards for spending. And it's also if you're not debt free, but you are using credit cards for any new purchases for any reason. That will tell you exactly what to do. And then if you overspend a category, which is normal, that's part of life. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. That's absolutely going to happen. What do you do? What are your options for covering it in your budget? All right, our next section of budget resources this is where you're going to find your budget category templates. So I want to show you this really quick. You're going to click here to open it up. Yours will say view only or read only or some version of that. In order to make your own copy, if you would like to have a copy of this, you can simply go to File, Make a Copy, and save a copy to your drive. You don't absolutely need your own copy. You can just view this if that's helpful to you. But basically, these are 5 different templates for different types of budgets, the way people would arrange their category groups, which is like this, and the categories within that group. So you can check out this budget category template spreadsheet at any time from right here. Now, the Money Goals Planner and Tracker has its own video that goes along with this with instructions for how to use that. And so it tells you that you only need 1 copy of this. You're going to use it across many months. And so you open this up. Sometimes the copy thing works very well. Sometimes it doesn't. So it will hopefully prompt you to make a copy. And then this is what it looks like. You will have a copy saved to your Google Drive. And then these are the different tabs. So be sure to watch this video for all of the instructions for using that. Now, the next thing is the Ultimate Sinking Funds Guide. And this resource is here for you. This is a PDF. You can download it, follow the instructions like right here for the download button. But this is a PDF with all kinds of different arrangements of sinking funds. So for example, 20 essential sinking funds for new budgeters. Certainly these are things that you can consider adding to your budget. And it goes on to the next page. Then this one is 20 sinking funds for the new homeowner. So if you own a home, whether you're new to that or not, those are things you might need. If you're a new parent to a baby, if you've got kids, if you have pets, if you have hobbies, holidays, and fun, hopefully we all do, right? So these are different sinking funds you might want to consider including in your budget. Now, obviously, across this whole document, you do not want to be including every single sinking fund, even necessarily every single sinking fund from any particular grouping of these. They're just to get you thinking and noticing, because you might think, oh my gosh, that's right. We are going to need a sinking fund for that. I totally forgot. So that's just to spark some thoughts in your mind. All right, the next section is basically the most important section. So when I click on the first one right here, as I'm recording this, this is our next available month. So it is still May as I'm recording this video. And so May looks just like June in the sense of, okay, so here's the information for May. And then I click on June. Here's the information for June. The link is different though. So each month will have its own link, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. But this information is very important. So if you're new, it's very important that you know that you are always going to start in the current month, even if you see a spreadsheet for a future month, okay? Now, I know that as we get close to the end of a month, you might be like, I don't really want to set up a whole spreadsheet for a month that we only have 2 days left in. That's fine. You can just start the next month and just kind of like really officially start when that new month starts. But I would suggest you stay within the current month and keep your budgeting within that month for tracking purposes. It's much easier. So let's say that it is June and we're gonna launch the June budget. So you're going to click here to open the June spreadsheet, and this is what the sheet looks like. This is the budget template sheet. So you will see one of these for each month, and I also send out emails every month with a link to this page right here. And it's my emails are meant as kind of like a shortcut for you to make it easier. A lot of people oftentimes end up relying on my emails, and then I get responses like, I haven't seen the email yet, or I couldn't find it in my inbox, and they worry that they can't access the spreadsheets. So I want you to remember, you always, always, always have access to the course portal, like budgetfastlane.com/enrollments. You just sign in. You can always access the spreadsheets here. If I send you the email with this template in it, that right here, just know that that's an additional just shortcut for you. It's not your only link to the spreadsheets, okay? So when you get that email with this page, or when you click to that page from the portal, this is what you see, and you are going to click here for the regular standard version. It has up to 12 debts listed, or you're going to click for the expanded version, which will have up to 20 debts listed. So basically, if you have more than 12 individual debts, you're going to choose this one regardless, even if you have more than 20, because you watched the video for what to do for that, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click here, and I'm going to open this up. And it's absolutely essential that you make your own copy. So yours will say view only, whatever that is. You go to file, you go to make a copy, and then you're going to name it whatever you want. I would suggest taking that out. I would suggest either just leaving it like this and making a folder in your Google Drive where you're going to put all of your budget sheets. You're going to have one for each month. Or you can relabel this and name it whatever you would like. But you are going to make sure you make a copy. And then you will be able to go ahead and get started editing this spreadsheet. Now, video number 2 for setting everything up is going to start right here. And so we're going to kind of pause just right here, and that's where you will start there. And we are going to jump back to the rest of what's in here. So as we progress through the year, I shift the sheets down into the archive so we don't have so many things going on here. So you will only see like the current month and the upcoming month listed here. And then everything else will be stored down in the archive with access if for whatever reason you wanted to go back and make a fresh copy of an old month. Now, if you're going to use the Excel version, there are specific instructions for Excel. And there is going to be always a link here with, it's going to have a download. So the most recent one is May. I will be uploading June very soon. And you can download the Excel file. My caution always is that Excel is not great in the sense of Google Sheets is by far superior in terms of like the functionality and what it looks like, and just, you know, it has check boxes, and it has all kinds of things that work really, really well. And Excel just doesn't kind of play as nicely with some of those features. And so while the Excel sheets are absolutely functional, they will get you the same result. It is not as easy, and it doesn't look as pretty. So only use Excel if you have some really compelling reason why you need to use it. Some people have said that, for example, they do their budget at work and Google is banned at work. I've seen that before. I've also seen that they just prefer Excel. Like they are really, really good at Excel and that's their thing, and they want to use that. Other people have said they feel strongly about not putting their personal bank information, like financial stuff on the internet. And I certainly respect anyone's opinion or thoughts on, you know, on security and stuff like that. But please know that these are not linked to your bank or credit card in any way. And at the end of the day, they literally are just numbers. Like, you are not going to be putting your bank account number or your routing number or your credit card number or anything that would tie any of these random amounts to any of your actual bank accounts. So therefore, there really are no security concerns whatsoever. And if that were true, like the number of budgets that I create that are totally fake and I have in my account because I just make this stuff up for my videos, like none of that's actually real, but nobody would know that, right? Okay, so the next section is if you want to budget using euros. Now, as you may or may not know, I live in upstate New York, clearly in the United States, but I have had some requests for the budget spreadsheet to be in other currencies. So this one has all the instructions for accessing 12 debt and 20 debt in euros, and this one is in the British pound. And so same thing with that. All right, so your next step at this point is to go to section 5, and whatever month it is right now when you're getting started, you are going to click on that month and you are going to go to whatever it says, click here for this spreadsheet. It's going to launch one of these templates for whatever month it is, and you're going to choose one of these and make a copy. That is the copy that you are going to use as you follow along with the next setup video. So then you'll click here and follow along with overview of the budget spreadsheet tabs and start setting up your planning page next. When it is time to start a new month in your budget, whether that is like in a couple days or a couple weeks, there is a video right here for how to start a new month in your budget. And whether it's this exact picture or it's an updated one, all of the instructions are there for how to move from one month to the next in like 5 minutes or less. I like in this video, I literally timed myself. So it is not a complicated process of rolling over your budget, but there are very specific steps that you want to take to make your life easy. All right, I'm excited for you and best of luck as you continue setting up your new budget.